My name's Steve Sheldon. We're at my farm here in East Granby and Suffield, Connecticut. I farm with my father and grandfather at Sheldon Mel Farm, and I farm on my own at Sheldon Family Farm. Together we have 105 acres of hay, 150 acres of grain corn, 7 acres of broadleaf tobacco, and about 8 acres of mixed vegetables. Crop insurance is absolutely important. I've had years where I've lost a crop, and if it hadn't been for crop insurance, I wouldn't have been able to grow the following year because I would have had outstanding debt. So I'd say crop insurance is a utmost necessity. Crop insurance I have for tobacco crop and also the grain crop. I insure those crops because they're my largest two expenses. I can't take that risk. The money that I have out on those crops, the crops can be lost in an instant, and all the money I have into it would be just gone. With the tobacco crop, we usually got an operating loan to fund the crop, and Farm Credit won't even give you a loan unless you have crop insurance. So for that crop, it's kind of, you don't really have a choice unless you're funding the entire crop with your own cash. Even if that were the case, it's such a high risk crop that I wouldn't dream about growing it without crop insurance. You end up getting a meeting with an agent, a crop insurance agent. Really, they sit down with you and they help you plan out, what kind of coverage you want, what percentage you want, what it's going to cost per acre, how much you're covered for. They really do a good job of working through it and making suggestions on what's going to work best for your farm. For me, the rates that I select, I try to get a high enough coverage to cover the costs that incur to grow the crop completely. So if I end up having a total loss, at least all my expenses that I have out on that crop are covered.
My name is Colleen Kisselberg, and I'm a crop insurance agent, and I have sold crop insurance policies to farmers in Connecticut for 22 years. Well, usually a farmer will inquire about crop insurance. They'll tell me the crops they grow. They ask me what products are available. I will, explain the ones that we have or that we can obtain for them. And then we go through the policy and what it covers. And then usually I will get their information, like if it's acres and production, I need information from them, and then I can give them a quote, and then they can look at the quote and evaluate based on affordability. They look at the level of the premium they would have to pay, and they look at the coverage level, and if they had a loss and they were paid that much, of how much protection do they need to get them into the next year, and they would usually make some wise decisions based on the affordability and what kind of protection they're going to get. They have to have good records, keep good records. That's very important to any of these insurance policies. In Connecticut, we have the multi-peril crop insurance policies available for, say, broadleaf and shade tobacco, potatoes, apples, peaches. There's a nursery policy, there's a sweet corn policy, and there's an LGM dairy policy, a whole farm policy. There's quite a few different policies. What's different between crop insurance and other insurance products is you're paying your premium at the end of the year. Your rates don't go up if you have a loss. The government only looks at the crop insurance policies, like every 5 years, say they'll review the loss ratio and maybe change the premiums up or down based on whether, there hasn't been losses, we're going to reduce the premium on some crops.
If you have a loss, you have to report to your crop insurance agent. It's called a notification of loss, and that kind of starts the ball rolling, and then you have crop insurance agents will come out and inspect your field and calculate what kind of a loss you have. They come up with payments based on that. I've used it in the past, mainly on the tobacco crop. There's a lot of problems that can arise. Either there's blue mold, which can wipe you out, a sudden hailstorm can wipe you out, and you really need that protection to be able to pay your loans off that occur from growing the crop. I know there's been a few years where we've had total loss, and if it weren't for the crop insurance, we wouldn't have been able to pay the loans back and wouldn't be able to go farm the next year. I wouldn't grow tobacco without it. And even the grain corn, it just doesn't make sense to not have insurance on the crop, because I haven't had a disaster yet where I lost the corn, but I know I'd be protected if I did.